It is time, once again, to destroy all of Germany. This will be explained in due course, but just trust me, we're getting there. Hello, chat. Hello, chat. I have been writing extremely furious emails this entire week. I'm very pissed off. There's a guy, and he's German, and I find this unacceptable. So we're gonna do something about it. Let's start with some good news, though. Someone pointed this out to me, and I thought this was amusing. Apparently, for the first time since at least like 2019, if you type in Kiwi Farms on Google, you do in fact get Kiwi Farms on Google. And I appreciate that Google actually respects there's a meta tag that I use in my on the site, because we have had so many different domain names that I use a meta tag, and it basically just says the true and honest domain name that we're using is kiwifarms.net. And because kiwifarms.net redirects, Google just says, okay, well, we must be redirecting to the Sao Tome domain for whatever reason. So we're just going to assume that .net is the correct URL. Because this is how it works with like multiple top-level domains for like big companies. Like, oh, you go to this and you get kicked to google.eu or google.co.uk. And it's like, okay, so we must be every IP that belongs to Google must, for whatever reason, be directed to the Sao Tome localizations. So we do trust that .net is the authentic one. So that's funny. That's cute. Every day we're getting stronger, chat. Stronger. Suppose that's how I have it set up in my order, so I must have thought this was a good idea at some point. Paul Harrell, one of the most iconic gun tubers of all time, is no longer with us, and this is not unexpected. He is, or has been, dealing with pancreatic cancer, which he was diagnosed with late last year. I think that he actually lived quite a bit longer than his diagnosis would generally offer people. So he lived a long time despite having a very lethal form of cancer. And he recorded a YouTube video, which there's no point in playing, but it is on his channel, just called I'm Dead. And it's him explaining that he's dead. And he pre-recorded this video at some point last year. And while I like him, I like a lot of his videos because they're like memes. He's a very quippy, dry, sarcastic kind of explanation style, and people have a lot of respect for him because he's actually killed people in self-defense. He's like beaten charges for murder and stuff because he did actually defend himself. However, I have to admit, I was really disappointed in this goodbye video because a lot of it is just like, he has this weird thing about how if you watch his videos, like this is his goodbye message. And then it's like, if you watch my videos on a different channel, you're a pirate. So he's like super anal about copyright. Like, bro, you're fucking dead. And you have shared all this wisdom in these videos. And your primary concern is making sure that your dead body, your estate, is going to collect YouTube advertiser revenue when YouTube has been like continually stepping on your throat for fucking years now. And then a lot of it's just like and subscribe. Like this is the video that he pre-recorded a year ago to, try. His intention is to like financially secure his successors in the channel after his death. But it's like and subscribe, follow us on, and it's like minutes, like half of it is just that. And then also saying if you watch these videos off my channel, then you're a thief. I'm like, bro, that's not really like you're defining how you want to be remembered by, and you're choosing to represent yourself like that. That's kind of in bad taste. If someone, like, if he wasn't the one that made this video, if it was his brother that had made this video or whatever and said these exact same things, people would be furious. It's like you're going to disrespect his memory by being like a shameless, like, grifter and yelling at your fans for not giving you ad revenue. But he said it himself, so you can't be too angry. Dumb take. I don't give a fuck. Like it was a really bad goodbye message. There's very little inspiring stuff, and I get that if you like them, but it's kind of shameful that the first half of this is just like, hey, subscribe to Patreon, like and subscribe. Don't watch this video off of this channel. And it's like, if anyone else did that and he wasn't dead and it wasn't Paul Harrell, you would think, wow, that's pretty fucking shameless. But it is him, so you're gonna be angry at me, and that's okay. I can't really control your emotional state. That's all I have to say about that. Speaking of copyright, I think this is why I lined this up this way. Alan Wake is a very old game. It was released in 2010. So you would expect done and done, chat. Video came out a long time ago, or the video game came out a long time ago. It's been out for a long time. What reason is there to update it? Well, the reason is copyright. Alan Wake, as they say on their official channel, Alan Wake 2010 will receive an update on September 10th at 11 a.m. This update will be to all PC versions, Steam, Epic Games Store, and GOG. The update removes the song Space Oddity from the game due to a change in licensing and replaces it with a new original song by Petri Alanko called Strange Moons. In the remastered version of the game will not be affected by the update. So this is a 14-year-old video game that has existed for longer than a lot of this Earth's population has been alive. And despite it being old media, despite them having the rights to the song when it was published, the new owners have decided, you know what, you don't get to use this anymore, and you have to retroactively go back and edit everybody's copy of the game on their computers as long as they're connected to GOG or Steam or Epic Games Store, and you have to replace the fucking song. So, and things in regards to this are just getting worse and fucking worse. The Internet Archive, who I have no love for because they're censorious cunts and directly related to Taylor Lorenz and an incestuous journo relationship that they've used to silence archives of people's wrongdoing in the past, including the entire Kiwi Farms. They have lost their appeal in the... It doesn't say which appeals court. I think it is the 9th, though. What they did during COVID is they started scanning books, and then they made it so that you could, the books had like limited copies. So I think they might have even bought like copies of books and then said, we have like 5 books, so we're going to let 5 people borrow this PDF file at any given time, and then it has to be returned after like a week. They got sued, and the book, let me read the names of the proud people who sued the Internet Archive, so we all know exactly who is responsible for this. The second Court of Appeals, I don't even know where that's at. I think that's in New York. Oh, you're not going to... Oh, come on. Publishers Weekly. You're not going to name the plaintiffs in this case? The people who sued the nonprofit organization? Okay, here we go. Hachette, HarperCollins, Penguin Random House, and Wiley, organized by the Association of American Publishers. That is Hachette, HarperCollins, Penguin Random House, and Wiley, organized by the Association of American Publishers, who sued the Internet Archive for distributing copies of books in a Lend-Lease, digitized Lend-Lease. At what point are we just going to decide that libraries are copyright infringement? Who gave you the right, as a library, to give out copies of physical books? You know that that Laserdisc copy of Alan Wake has the Space Oddity in it? You know, that's a copyrighted work. I don't care. You're playing this game, but you're listening to Space Oddity in your house from this digital or this physical medium, this physical copy of this game, but you didn't pay for the rights to Space Oddity, and they don't have it anymore. So how are you going to do that? How can you sit there content in yourself, knowing that you're a thief, that you're a pirate, stealing the hard work of, let's see, actually, let me look this up real quick. There's an additional rant about this. Space Oddity. is a song by English songwriter-composer David Bowie from 1969. So in 2010, this song was 40 fucking years old already. And now chat, it's 55 years old. This is a 55-year-old song. This song undoubtedly is older than like 2/3 of the entire planet. But it's owned by somebody, and that person says you don't get to listen to it unless you give them money. That is because currently copyright law exists for 70 years after the death of the artist. So as long as David Bowie, this is why whenever someone has technically speaking, we are incentivized as people to kill artists as soon as they make a good song so that timer starts running out. He died in 2016. Okay. So you'll be able to legally, in good conscience, listen to Space Oddity while playing Alan Wake 2010 in 2086. At 2086, Space Oddity will enter the public domain, and you will legally be allowed to take a copy of Alan Wake 2010 from your library and listen to it in your home without being a thief in the process. Just we have to butcher it. We have to completely and totally deconstruct copyright law and make it something that's more manageable. This is fucking retarded. This is like a vice grip on everybody's throat on what they can and can't say, what they can and can't do, what they can and can't play, all the fucking time. It is like the biggest surveillance apparatus and like theft system that has ever been created and impugned on mankind. And people are just okay with it. Like, yeah, I'll just tolerate this vice gouging into my testicles with fucking needles all the time. Because gosh golly, I wouldn't make anything unless I could sue people. If I could just sue people for it all the fucking time. All those good goys, all those good little goyim running around saying, God, we have to protect these multi-billion-dollar publishing companies or else society will just collapse. Copyright as a thing didn't really exist until like the 1800s, but if it's the underpinning of all modern society. We have to make sure that Mr. Schuster and Mr. Hachette and Mr. Harper, oh yeah, Mr. Wiley, we have to make sure that they all get some money. Disgusting, chat. If only Linus Tech Tips was here to give us a tip on how to bypass ads. Mr. Linus, take it away. Oh, one of the largest channels on YouTube was struck down for showing how to install ad blocker because YouTube is so avaricious under the guidance of Pajit Neil Mahan that they are simply censoring even their largest, most reputable creators for telling you how to install a fucking browser add-on. That's really cool. I appreciate that. Moving right along. Another blow to the internet, but this one I'm a little bit on the fence about. TikTok is not protected by Section 230, and this comes from the Third Circuit, Pennsylvania. Aha, I don't have to guess this one. The Third Circuit Court of Appeals, and to sum this one up, TikTok had a blackout challenge, which from my understanding of this, it was a viral sensation where you hang yourself to black out. A 10-year-old did this and didn't do it correctly and died. He literally hanged himself to death. Because I guess you're supposed to do something to make sure that you don't pass out and then also die. Or maybe you're supposed to do it with friends, and this kid didn't have any friends, so he just did the blackout challenge by himself. And as a consequence of that, he just suffocated and died. The ACT challenge, yes, exactly. So TikTok was then sued, and TikTok claimed Section 230 protections because, indeed, they did not create the viral trend. They simply allowed users to upload their content to the platform, and this 10-year-old saw the content and then hanged himself. So if you're going to sue anybody, you should sue the people that created the videos that enticed him to hang himself for fun. This defense was not granted. And the reason why is because the child was shown the videos of people hanging themselves by a computer algorithm which determined what videos to put in front of who. And the courts reason that the algorithm and the selection process of showing which people what content is a form of corporate speech. So, for instance, if you post something on the Kiwi Farms, you are liable for it, not me. If I post something on the Kiwi Farms, I'm liable for it, not the Kiwi Farms. But if I make an official, generally speaking, but if I make like an official Kiwi Farms post announcement that's just attributed to the forum, in particular, these front page blurbs, I have to be very careful about in terms of how I word them. This could be considered corporate speech because it's something that's not generated by a user. It's not a quote from a user. It is merely my editorialized content for the Kiwi Farms. And so we have to be careful with how I feature stuff. And the courts are saying that the algorithm, the video suggestion system, is a form of corporate speech. You're suggesting to this 10-year-old how to hang yourself videos, and he hanged himself, so are you not liable for it? The Third Circuit Court of Appeals says yes. Now, on its face, I kind of like the idea that these suggestion algorithms are corporate speech. Because as we know, YouTube and TikTok and all the other platforms love their bullshit fucking algorithms to crush content they don't like. And if things were more fair and equitable and less meddled with, more transparent, less opaque, then it would be a good thing for everybody, basically. But on the other hand, the concept, an algorithm is a mathematical concept. It's just a sequence of functions. And if we make that a form of corporate speech, it really opens a can of worms in regards to what isn't considered a corporate speech algorithm. Because as always, everything that the government gets involved in is complete shit, just like copyright. So we will see how that progresses, but that's where it's at right now. And they're probably going to appeal this to the Supreme Court because this is like a multi-billion-dollar fuck up for the tech companies. Where now they're going to have to consider how they're going to do their algorithms and suggestion protocols so that they're not responsible for another 10-year-old hanging himself. In Appalachia, now this one is spelled how it's pronounced. When you look at the word Appalachian, it looks like that. But when you look at this, you know it's pronounced Appalachia. From what I understand, someone gave me a huge rundown about the name Appalachia. And apparently, it does come from like a Native American word, which is pronounced Appalachia. So the word Appalachian just comes from like an Anglicization of a Spanish word from a Native American word. So it got lost in translation at some point and became a different word. But they should just spell it like this if that's how it's pronounced, okay? Okay. So, now that we've gotten this out of the way, a bunch of kids died in the Appalachia Heights School. A little boy, a tiny infant baby child, picked up I think an AR-15, if I had to guess, went to school, shot 2 teachers and 2 kids to death, and I think there are 7 more injured students that he shot. He's a country boy. His father was active in gun sports, taught him how to use a gun, gave him unfettered access to firearms, so he was very educated in how to handle them, and he still killed a bunch of people as a 14-year-old boy. So you can't blame black people, which I love to do. You can't blame a single mom, which is also fun to do. Well, who do you blame? Theoretically, the father in this instance. From what I understand, he had ideated to his father that he would like to kill a bunch of people, and his father took no recourse to restrict his access to firearms after being made aware that his son had violent ideation. So it does seem to be his fault. The other story is that I think that the parents did meth or something. So he's from like this druggy family, and they're mad about that as well. Oh, we do need a hamster. We're almost already done with the hamster, but that's how it goes. The important thing is that he goes away when the news is over. Anime, says somebody in Rumble chat. What did he watch anime? If he watched anime, I'm blaming anime right fucking now. That's where the buck stops on this. The parents were meth teachers, I see. Here, let me read chat, because I didn't follow this too much. It just seemed like another school shooting. Druggy was the problem. The mom did meth and then moved out and took the kids. But he had access to his father's guns. So I don't understand how that's the issue. He lives in Georgia, so I blame ambient Negro fatigue. I like that exception too. That's a good answer. My brain is broken, dude. I agree. Real cope hours. Look, we're all allowed to cope because life is suffering. He was a troon. That's fake. That's fake news, bro. There's like a guy that was posting pictures of fucking Sam Hyde and dressed as a girl and saying that this was the shooter. Is the training mugshot for the kid real? No, it's not. He's like a boy. That is fake news. He was watching Dragon Ball Z. Not this time. Okay. Can I do a poll? I haven't done a poll in so long. Who do we blame? Question mark. Vote 1 for the mother, which all of you will vote for. Vote 2 for the father, who again had the guns. Vote 3 for the school, or vote 4 for the guns. And I'll spell guns with a Z so that it's cool. You may vote. I'll continue to blast Prussian music in the meantime. Vote if gay, says somebody. The Jews. Listen, I did not. I forgot to add the Jews. Vote SSRI. Was he on SSRIs? I didn't see that. You know, I'm going to be real with you. I hated school so fucking much. School, high school and middle school and elementary school were such complete wastes of fucking time. And I don't think I learned anything in any of them that I could not have learned on my own through curiosity. I suppose I learned after 5th grade, maybe. No, I don't remember anything about middle school. I think after 5th grade, school was not necessary. I didn't learn anything in any of those classes. I hated every fucking second of every fucking day that I was in school. I hated the teachers. To this day, I can't remember all but 2 of my teachers. My kindergarten teacher, who I only remember because she called me Moon Pie, and I remember her name. And then I remember the IT teacher who kicked me out and expelled me. I remember him. Everybody else, I don't remember a single fucking student. I don't remember a single fucking teacher. I had no relationship with any of those people. I hated my school. Yeah, I really, really fucking detested it. I hated every fucking second of every fucking day. Getting expelled was like the best thing ever, because I just stayed home and I played Blockland. And I caused a permanent nuisance to everybody around me. Okay, I'm going to close the poll. At 616 participants, 22 or 18% voted the mother, 68 or more than half voted for the father, which I am shocked by. 20% voted for the school, and just 3 people voted the guns. Fascinating. Cool. Okay. So that's the mass murder. The Department of Justice has indicted something you've probably never heard of before called Tenet Media. And Tenet Media is a confederation of different entertainers. Most prominently known to me are Lorraine Southern. Sorry, I always call her Laura Southern because Lorraine Southern is a much more difficult to pronounce name. And my brain automatically assumes that they went with the easier and better name. Also involved is the Beanie himself, Mr. Tim Pool. And the indictment is that Tenet Media took $10 million, which they laundered through a fictitious entity called Alexander Grigorovsky or some shit. who was supposedly a Western European investor. And that $10 million, the DOJ alleges, was used to pay Tenet Media and its correspondents to push pro-Russian narratives in their various works. Lauren Southern and Tim Pool have both come out and denounced this and said that they were completely and totally unaware of this. And the DOJ indictment actually supports this and says that these people very specifically were unaware of the business dealings in the company. The blame falls on a woman named... Oh, God. Wait, hold up. Lauren Chen. Another NN Lauren, who is the founder of Tenet Media. He says... Oh, what's this say? The FBI says, knock it off, says FBI Director Christopher Wray to foreign adversaries meddling in American democracy. Wow, we're at like a Canadian level 6 level sternness from the FBI here. Knock it off, Putin. Knock it off, Xi. Knock it off, Goldstein Silverblatt from the Mossad. Oh, wait. Scratch the last one. Keep doing whatever you want. You don't have to knock it off. Okay. Just Xi and just Putin. You're the ones that have to stop spying on the United States and paying us to, paying correspondents to push for certain politics. Okay. There was a statement. Oh, I will skip to this. The Tenet Media YouTube channel has just been unilaterally deleted. They had over 500,000 subscribers, and YouTube says, "Oh my gosh, they got indicted, guilty motherfucker, guilty for life," and just immediately deleted and destroyed all of their videos. So, Google reacted quite quickly to something that they had no matter in. Then, I want to say that this is. Oh, they got raided. Lauren Shin and her husband burn the rice, pay the price. Her white husband were raided by the FBI, or rather the DOJ. Accused of laundering $10 million dues. There is... I suppose there's no point in reading the responses. Okay, cool. I'll just leave it there. There is a callback to this that I will get to eventually. Berlin is besieged, yet again. The Battle of Berlin. If you don't know, Berlin is it's kind of like D.C. in the United States. It's a federal district. It's not quite... Germany's weird. It has like the Bundeslands, and then it has the Hanseatic cities, and then I think Berlin is neither a Hanseatic city or a Bundesland. It is a federal. It's just the federal city, just like DC, basically. And it is a small island surrounded by another Bundesland, which I think is Brandenburg. Don't quote me on that. I'm pretty sure it's Brandenburg. And they are scared. Because if you don't remember, here's a history lesson, chat. Thousands of years ago, Germany lost the Second World War. An ordeal which upset a great many number of people. And it was split in half. Actually, it was split into three. It was split into West Germany, East Germany, which I believe is Brandenburg, and maybe one other thing like Saxony or something. And then also it was split into a third section, which was all of East Prussia, including Königsberg. And that was all given to Poland, and a little piece was given to Russia. But East Germany was basically Middle Germany at one point. But in the middle of this was Berlin, which was occupied both by Russia and by the Allies, so it was a small island. And as a result, Berlin is an extraordinarily, catastrophically gay piece of shit city that everybody, including Germans, hate. All Germans hate Berlin. It is truly a fucking vile place. And is surrounded by Brandenburg. But as Brandenburg was occupied by My lack of geography knowledge is painful. What? I mean, there was the Danzig Corridor, but no, you guys are wrong. Is it okay? Let me look this up before I keep saying this. Bing, map of Germany. No, it does appear that if I'm right about this, I'm banning whoever the fuck told me that I was wrong. It is fucking Brandenburg, you piece of shit. How the fuck would I forget this Brandenburg? Brandenburg founded Berlin. I know that Brandenburg is the one that has Berlin because it fucking made Berlin. It wasn't Berlin until Brandenburg was a fucking thing. You're trying to tell me that I don't know my fucking geography? Fuck you. Who said that? I'm banning you, motherfucker. Okay, listen. Now that we've settled this and we know that it's in fucking Brandenburg. Brandenburg, and I'm going to say also Mecklenburg-Vorpommern and Saxony. I was right. I think that was all occupied by Russia. And then, because it was occupied by Russia, today it's much more conservative. And I think that was even the case in Poland. I think that the former German areas are much more conservative in Poland, I think. Anyways, the point is that Brandenburg is much more conservative than the rest of Berlin, which is completely embedded inside Brandenburg. So the Berliners, they feel scared. The AfD, the evil Nazi empire, is rising once again, and it's winning elections, like in Thüringen, and soon also Brandenburg. And the Berliners, the walls are going up, but this time it's the ideological walls. They're desperately trying to save their Muslim brothers who just came to Germany for a fuck ton of money that they couldn't get in their shithole countries, and also peace, love, and democracy, and coexistence with the Jews. This is what the Berliners fight for. So they are setting up the Berlin Wall once again, but this time to keep out the evil Nazi Brandenburg neo-fascists from their fine federal state. Evil Nazis. I'm assuming. Listen, when I say that this guy is an evil Nazi, what I'm saying is that he is German and I don't like him. And by that measure, wait. Oh, I opened this on accident. This guy, he's German and I don't like him. We have a 4-letter word for that. His name is Volker Griermann, and he is a weeaboo German. He came from the Universität Trier, and he is the general counsel for a company called One API. He is currently my sworn enemy. He exists to oppose all things American. Freedom, speech, love, and truth, and finally and most officially, the American way. This guy came from, I think Trier's on the west side of Germany, and he went to Japan, and he married an Asian woman and had a Hapa son. Oh, he's also One API is owned by Key Systems GmbH. GmbH is the LLC of Germany, and he is their chief legal officer. So when I say that this guy is a Nazi, let me be completely clear. Nazi means not hold on. Let me go to Bing. Sorry, it's very hard to come up with a Z word. Make a backronym for Nazi, which means a guy I don't like. Let's see if Bing can do this. Creating a backronym for a term with such heavy historical and emotional weight is quite Bitch, did I fucking ask? I don't think I fucking asked. I want a backronym, and then I want like a nice guy, is what I'm trying to say here. We are going to end this stream if I cannot find the backronym. Not a Zionist not a Ziggy intellectual. Outsourcing comedy to AI, yes. A Zigger, a Zoomer, Zionist. Real Nazis are Neo. Time for Grok. Okay, we're gonna do Grok, and then I'll have to just say, you wouldn't understand it. It's actually a Japanese acronym. No, I can't do it. Wait, yes, I can. Dismiss, grok. Then I want to go to grok fun mode. And I'll say, give me a backronym for Nazi. He is the legal counsel, so let's take the time to do this right. That means a guy I do not like. Got this one. Oh, here we go. A negative attitude, zealous individual. That's perfect. This guy is the biggest Nazi I've ever met. He's a negative attitude, zealous individual. Bam. What? Another win for our boy Elon. So this negative attitude, zealous individual named Volker Griemann has confronted me. Now listen. Here's the thing that you have to understand. When you go to a domain registrar and you buy a domain, oftentimes the domain that you're buying is not registered with that domain registrar. For instance, if you register with the Hong Kong company NiceNick, they may outsource quite a few of their top-level domains that they sell. And one API, as a subsidiary of Key Systems GmbH, an accredited registrar with many different country codes, then sells them that domain on your behalf, but they are the controller of it. And that is how I've come into this company's contact again and again and again. And I've dealt with this negative attitude, zealous individual at least like 3 fucking times. He stole from us kiwifirms.pl, he stole from us kiwifirms.tw, Taiwan, and he stole from us kiwifirms.us. Now, I don't know anything about Taiwan, but we managed to get back the PL domain because we had registered through Epic. Epic resold us a Key Systems GmbH domain name for Poland, and then that one got stolen by Key Systems because of this negative attitude, zealous individual, and we got that one back only after lawyers got involved because Epic then forced them, basically. And I also contacted the Polish NICS, the Network Information Center, and some combination of that got them to fucking unfreeze it. The TW one is basically gone. I don't know anybody in Taiwan. I don't know how their system works, so I lack the courage, the confidence to try to barge in and get that one frozen. But the .us one, motherfucker, I know how that one works. The .us TLD is a direct federal asset. It belongs to the Treasury, and it is managed by the NTIA, the National Telecommunications and Internet Administration. The NTIA leases the responsibility of managing .us TLDs to a company called Neustar, which they have sold to GoDaddy. So GoDaddy is the sole entity responsible for managing all .us TLDs on behalf of all Americans. And you know how much they pay for this? Do you know how much they pay for the privilege to sell federal property to citizens for use? Nothing. This is the contract. They last renewed it in, this is from 2014. There's another one. Let's see. US TLD NTIA Neustar. This is it. Okay, get ready. Get ready to see how much they pay for managing all these fucking domains. Let's see. Item 1, the contractor shall provide U.S. top-level domains, registry management services as described in the contract and statement of work for 2019 and 2021, $0. 2021 to 2023, $0. 2023 to 2025, $0. 2025 to 2027, $0. 2027 to 2029, $0. Our government has given GoDaddy unrestricted permission on managing the .us top-level domain, which all American citizens should have access to, for fucking free. Pure, unrestricted profit for GoDaddy at our fucking detriment, with zero kickbacks to the Treasury. And then they're going to subcontract the responsibility of selling these domains to their accredited registrars, which includes Key Systems GmbH. And then Volker Griemann is going to tell me, as an American citizen running an American company in good standing with the law and the state, that I can't have my trademarked top-level domain belonging to my fucking government. Volker Grimman thinks that is that reality that we live in. No! Negative attitude, zealous individual. No! That's not what we live in. You don't get to take government assets and then say, American citizen, you are delusional. Yet again, I will seize your domain name. Nuh-uh. I've gotten letters for the NTIA written out. I'm sending them out. I'm going to send them out to fucking GoDaddy. I'm going to send them out to the arbitration company that handles it, because there are policies in place for bad faith acting and cyber squatting. I'm going to go after them all. I'm getting my fucking domain. Volker Grimman literally just tells me, no, you can't have your domain. He doesn't even explain. Doesn't even try to say. It's like, oh, you're the Kiwi Farms guys. Oh, I will not give you your domain. The domain now belongs to Deutschland. You can go somewhere else. You can go get .net back. Nice try with that. Not happening. Not happening. I will personally fly back to DC, and I will personally stand outside the Department of Treasury. And I will hunt. Let's find him real quick. Hold up. Alan Davidson. Here he is. I'm going to find this fucker. Alan, this guy stole my domain, Alan. He's got a memorable face, chat. He's got a memorable face. I'll find this fucker. Alan, he stole federal government property that was leased to me. Can you believe this, Alan? I have been betrayed. GoDaddy, Noisar, who gets a free fucking ride to make money off of the American people using your assets that you manage, they stole it from me. And I haven't done anything wrong. Alan. I'll find him. If only there was a nonprofit charity organized by somebody who truly does love freedom of speech that can take that $0 a year contract and do something with it to the benefit of the American people, chat. If only there was such an entity, such a person to do that. Maybe we'll fix that one day, chat. Maybe that will be on my action item to-do list. I'll have a chat with Alan, and he'll give me my domain. Become the stalker, dude. You have no idea. I have learned so much from Vordrak in terms of like how to find people, how to contact them, how to do that shit-eating email where it's like, "Hello, stalker child. You appear to have infringed on my rights. Here's all the things that I could do as a consequence of you stealing from me." Now, of course, this could all go away if you just unlock my fucking domain. That's what's happening. Anyways, let's cool down and let's watch a movie trailer. Hamster, you are dismissed. Thank you. I can't wait. I love Minecraft, chat. Wow, that is shockingly bad. What the fuck? How did they get licensing for this? You know, you don't have to like do this shitty CGI with like real characters. Either like do one or the other. Either do the real character, either do like Minecraft characters, or just film in New Zealand. It looks just like this. Wow. Oy vey. Listen, can we need a diverse cast of members to come into the nether portal. Can we get a black fat woman, a tranny that looks like he just won gold medal in the Olympics, and two of the most curly haired, schnoz and imbued kids on the face of the fucking planet? Can we get that, please?
The hell?
That's the thing that weirds you out. Like you're in Blockland over here and you see like a sheep. Oh my god! Holy shit! What the fuck is that? It's what the fuck? A sheep? A sheep? I ain't ever heard no sheep. They don't got sheep in fucking Chicago. What the fuck?
What the hell?
Anything you can dream about here, you can make.
I like the pigs. Reminds me of Ralph. Which one's Ralph? Somewhere out there, he's Ralph. Is that Jack Black? What the fuck?
Who are you?
I am Steve.
It's a good cast. They're lucky they got Jack Black. That's a really good cast.
Okay.
This guy is such a tool bag.
I gotta be real. This is an awful trailer. Like, what information do you take away from this? You have an unlikable ensemble cast of Jewish kids. Maybe is that like their gambit? Like, oh god, they hate these DEI casts. Let's cast Jews for white people again, and then we'll throw in like a weird tranny and like a black woman. It's just such a weird mix that it's like, okay, you have kids make sense. You need kids in like a kids movie. What is the black woman like? Do black women even play? Is anyone here a black woman? And if so, do you play Minecraft? Especially if you're in your 30s. And then I guess the tranny does play Minecraft, but that's a bit weird to put into a kids movie.
Who are you?
The girl is 22? She's 22? Really?
Who are you?
I am Steve.
Me? First Platoon Commander Chud is a black woman that plays Minecraft. I wouldn't have guessed. You never know who's listening to you. Yeah, this is terrible. This is like a terrible trailer because it's here. This is what they're like. They looked at this movie that they made and they realized that it's shit. And it's like, okay, how do we sell this? Show off the animals. Kids like animals. I saw a goat and I clapped. And parents like Jack Black. Like they're gonna say, oh, it's a Jack Black movie. That's nice. And then just do that. That's fine. I can already feel that he's right behind me, isn't he? And, well, at least it's not raining. Whoever greenlit this live action was storing the finest redstone dust. That's funny. They really just gave a blue shirt to Jack Black and called him Steve. These are really funny. How did they get the rights to those? They did. They really did just give him a blue shirt and called him Steve. That's pretty funny. Look, Jack Black is fucking old, and he was going to do the movie. You have to pay him a lot, and you can't expect him to do anything. So a blue shirt is about what you fucking get. And you should count yourself lucky. He had to roll up the sleeves, and he doesn't like that color of blue. So he's already going out of his comfort zone for you. He wants a lot more than $50 million for this shit usually. But because he owes him a favor, he'll put on the blue shirt. Couldn't even bother to shave. It's true. Steve doesn't have a beard. Nice. All right. Big Icky. Big Icky is the boyfriend of Finster, and Big Icky has been featured by Libs of TikTok for this wonderful video. Let's take a watch. So let's, first off the bat, he's got erect nipples on his moobs, and it says, average trans girl training for the women's restroom. Wait, does he have an Oblivion? Oh, I didn't know what that was. I thought it was like an Oblivion game. And then he's showing off that he punches shit. Oh my god, he's a tough tranny. Bam. Bam. So he's basically just saying, like, I'm gonna go into women's restrooms and beat women. It's kind of important to know that this is Big Icky. He's actually, like, I think he does porn. I want to say that he's like an OnlyFans prostitute, and he has like this big fandom that's like commingled with Finster's fandom. Like, Finster isn't active in the Finster Discord anymore. He's only active in like the Icky Cord is what they call it. And there used to be like an entire wiki dedicated to Icky. It's just called like the Icky Wiki or some shit. and it's filled with like entries about Icky in the Discord and all the kids that they're grooming and shit. And he publishes on Gumroad this bad boy right here. You can download this for free off of Gumroad. It's called Icky's Guide to M to F Medical Transition. Hi, I'm Icky, also known as Athlete, and I believe that the info about medically transitioning should be super easy to obtain and not require 100 Google tabs and a medical degree to understand. No medical degrees, ever, for any reason. Please read this doc if you're set on transitioning but have absolutely no idea what would happen. I've done the research for you. In no way is my transition perfect or my results particularly impressive. I just feel strongly about learning as much as you can about something as big as transitioning before starting. There is no right way to transition, but there is a safe way, heart. And then he said, okay, I'm going to talk all professional now to seem more respectable. Ecto. So, rundown of the medicine, rundown of how you take it. Let's see, blistering. Oh, here's all the different side effects of transdermal administration of estrogen: headaches, breast pain, nausea, constipation, gas, heartburn, weight loss, weight gain, change in mood, congestion, anxiety, depression, change in sexual desire, bulging eyes, yellowing of skin or eyes, loss of appetite, fever, joint pain, stomach tenderness, movements that are difficult to control. I'm assuming that means bowel movement, so he's talking about shitting himself. Itching, hives, rash, blisters, skin, and other skin changes, swelling of the eyes, face, lips, tongue, throat, hands, feet, ankles, or lower legs, hoarseness, or difficulty breathing or swallowing. Well, you can faint from this one. Decreased urination, blood in stool, difficulty breathing or swallowing. There's progesterone. A nice table stolen directly from Wikipedia. Oh, here's some more Icky pics. Look, this is what you can expect 5 months after HRT. Wow. And then 11 months with makeup. 11 months. Oh, look, he even has like a hentai hoodie. Any anime enjoyers out here? Wait, how about you? How about you, Volker Greer, who went to Japan and married an Asian woman? You out here enjoying some HRT? Blah, blah, blah. You are taking female hormones, which in turn change aspects of your moon, brain, and yes, biology. It's important to make sure you're getting the right care and are being compared to cis female levels when getting blood results and medication checked. That doesn't sound right. Tips for passing. Take care of your hair. Dress age appropriately. Stop wearing skirts like a schoolgirl. Transfemscience.org. Reddit. Hey kids, you want to transition? Go to Reddit. The NHS. How to find a gender identity clinic. As much as it pains me to link to the NHS. Yes, the NHS, the most fascist organization that's ever existed. Trans Health UK. Genderkit.org.uk. Trans Equality. Know Your Rights. USA, Planned Parenthood. We give Planned Parenthood like tens of millions of dollars, and then they just do this shit, and they teach your kids how to tune out. And Gender GP. Thanks, Icky. Very cool. And remember, it's important that you follow all of this advice so that one day you too can pass well enough to sexually assault women in the restroom. This is what we're leading up to with all these feminine tricks and tips. Very cool. On the flip side, Brianna Wu, who I discussed at some length in my Gamergate video on Gumroad, has come out and said something mildly not retarded. So I will read this for you and then discuss it as we do. He says, part of why I'm coming out publicly as trans is we need a smarter, more honest conversation. Is there a social contagion to being trans today? Obviously. Activists are putting out reckless messages talking about transitioning as though it's innocuous and will solve all your problems. It won't. You should not transition unless you really, really, really have to, because the downsides are immense. It's especially unsettling to see online activists advocating transitioning to people who have none of the classical symptoms of gender dysphoria. There's a lot of life left after your 20s and 30s. If your primary interest is in being a woman is sexual, I hope you have a plan for your 40s and onwards. So, Brianna Wu, the Gamergate tranny, who lied about being a tranny for literally 10 fucking years, is now out and is advocating for true scum, gender essentialist perspectives that are flying in the face of a lot of progressive doctrine these days. I wonder why, chat. Do we want to apply some pessimistic, negative Nanciness to this? What is this troon up to, chat? Let's do a poll. Why is Brianna Wu now publicly true scum? I will give you some options. Option A, B Wu. He wants to get a talk show spot on I'll just shorten this up. Wants to be paid conservative token. Okay, let's vote 1 for that. Then, says he's just concerned for them kids. And then vote 3 for to spite trannies that hate him. I will now create this poll. Okay, vote 1 for he wants to be paid conservative token. Vote 2 for he has concerns for them kids. And vote 3 if you think he's merely trying to spite other trannies that hate him. He wants that RT money. That's hot money. You gotta be careful when you touch that. Can we vote for all 3? Theoretically, yes. But I did not make this a multi-post. He's afraid of total tranny death. Maybe. That's a good option, actually. I saw somebody post something on Twitter that actually made me laugh. It was just like the trans flag. And he had written over it, start coming up with your excuse for why you supported castrating children. I think that can be summed up. It needs to be shortened a little bit. Like, start making up your excuses. I don't know. I'd have to think about it. But it was a funny theory. It reminded me a lot of this image that I saw, speaking of Germany. It was World War II graffiti in Berlin, and someone had spray painted on the wall, start learning Russian fast. I like that kind of messaging. Like, you better start coming up with your fucking excuse. This sooner rather than later. It's a little bit threatening. It's threatening in a way that's like not directly threatening, so it's funny. All right. With again 126 participants, 48 of them, or 38%, voted for wants to be paid token conservative. Only a single person, 0.79%, voted he is concerned for them kids. And the other 77% or 77 votes or 61% voted to spite trainings that hate him, which I did not expect to be the winner. I'll be real with you. I vaguely agree. I think that he is genuinely conservative in some ways, and I feel like maybe he transitioned way before any of the surge of popularity of training shit, and I kind of have a feeling that like he feels like it's been cheapened, you know? Like he went through the dick snipping, he went through a very arduous process to try and cover up his name change. Like I think he is completely disowned by his conservative family. So he like sacrificed his family and shit. Like he did a bunch of stuff to try and be a woman. And I mean, to his benefit, he tried very hard to keep it a secret for a very long time. And now he probably looks at all the kids coming out and they're making being trans like the identity instead of trying to be a woman. You know what I mean? He probably does find that a little bit disgusting. He can't hide his conservative roots. You can't, someone asked in chat if you can, about subs. You can't donate subs to me because I can't. So I figured out what it was. The reason why you can't super chat anymore or give me subs on Kick, or super chat on Odyssey or give me subs on Kick, is that Stripe has a policy that bans you from that theoretically bans super chats for everybody. Like, you can't use Stripe for super chats. So someone reported me for accepting super chats on Stripe, and that got me banned. But Stripe is the only payment processor accepted by Kick and Odyssey. So it's selectively enforced is the issue. They have formal integrations with these streaming platforms that they know are used for super chats, but they only disable it for people who have used it to collect super chats that they don't like. So everybody else gets to have a Stripe account and accept super chats, but I don't, because they don't like me. And that's how that works. I really wish Kick would do checks like Rumble does. My battery is running low. That's not good. Aha! Genius that I am! You plug in your PC adapter, and then you don't fucking plug in the laptop. So therefore, your battery just fucking drains. I see. Generally, plugging in your computer is considered an important part of using it. And just like that, I am no longer running on low battery. The Ralph segment, nah, boy. I just had to plug in and shit. I ain't no Ralph Amel, bitch, motherfucker. All right, now actual locale content. This guy called Fat Guy Across America has died from being fat. He was 567 pounds, and he was unable to lose the weight, and he has died. So what's interesting about this is not that he's dead. I feature this, and then I thought, I'm going to read this post, and this is a very, very old post, but it's still really funny. Like, I don't know who wrote this. It was probably Sneasel or something. It's a very funny actual post. Unfortunately, the image embeds are all broken. But basically what happened is that his wife left him. So he went on Reddit and he said, like, I'm going to lose all this weight. I'm going to bicycle across America to lose weight. And I'm going to lose it. I'm going to get healthy. And I'm going to win back the love of my wife who left me. And it was all like this fucking fraud. It wasn't like fraud from like the get-go. But the way that it was orchestrated was like in the sloppiest, shittiest, most lolcow way possible. Basically what he did is he rode his bike starting in Massachusetts, and he didn't get very far. So he would ride his bike to the next town and then stay there for like a week. So he crowdfunded like $15,000 off Reddit to do this. Started his trip, and then he was originally going to camp and bicycle and then vlog the entire thing and make money back doing that. And that's what people were investing for, was to get this vlog channel. But he would bicycle a little bit, get to the next town, and then immediately rent out a hotel for like a week. And then instead of like vlogging his camping on like the side of the road or whatever he was hoping to accomplish, he started vlogging himself going to restaurants, and he would order all his food, and then he would lie about it and then be like, he would show himself eating like healthy food while on camera, and then someone literally just called the restaurant, and because he had like a Reddit troll channel or something dedicated to him, and they called the restaurant that he was at. I was like, hey, did this big fat fuck on a bicycle come by? Did he order a bunch of shit? And one of the restaurants just said, yeah, he ordered like 8 different things, and he sat there and he ate it all. And then when he got called out on this, he said, like, actually, I did order 8 things, but I only ate a little bit of everything, and then I threw away the rest. Wrong again, stalker. So he was just constantly perpetuating this bullshit narrative that he was actually bicycling to lose weight when he was like doing like a bicycle binge eating tour, and all of his healthy vlogging videos were just mukbangs. and then they found out that his wife that left him, and I guess he didn't show off what she looked like. People just kind of assumed that she was probably like a young, like fit, attractive woman. She was like a giant fat bitch, just like him. And she had already gotten re-engaged to a different man, but she was like an insane person. So she didn't even tell this guy who she was engaged with that she was still married. They never finalized their divorce. So she was engaged while still being married to the fat guy. And then she found out that he had like this viral cult following. And wanted in on that, so she did get back with him early, and they were just fat and ate food together. And then I guess all their shit petered out, and he stopped doing the "I'm bicycling across America" thing eventually, and then he died. He died from being a giant fat ass. It's a great story, actually. I would really recommend this OP to you. It's Fat Guy Across America. It is now in the locales of history because he is dead. It's like the opposite story of Forrest Gump. And just saying that makes me laugh because it's like he was after this girl, and then he went to the military and was very successful and did this jogging thing that got all this attention, and the girls saw him and they got together and had kids. This is like the opposite of that. Like he already had the girl and was just super fat, and then lied about bicycling, and then they got together anyways, and then he died. So it's literally the exact fucking opposite of Forrest Gump. Did his fat wife eat him? Maybe if they were locked into the room together, maybe she ate him like cats do. I can't guess too much though. That's it. Keeping on the fat guy dying trend, we have Chantal. I have to warn you, this is very shocking. Let's take a look.
There will be if I'm walking by a music area, I just have to remember to mute it. Okay, I got a shower.
So, I think in medical language, that's what's called an absence seizure. It's hard to tell. She just kind of like passes out and then wakes up as if nothing happened. I should give you some explanation about what's happened with Chantal. I haven't spoken about her very much in the last year because her current Arab bullshit arc is the most boring fucking thing in the entire fucking world. She was much funnier when she was fat and sassy and getting into white trash fights and doing meth. But we can't have what we want forever, chat. So here's the rundown with Chantal. She is currently living in Kuwait with her husband, Salah. Salah is Syrian, she is Canadian, and Kuwait has this very weird thing where it's like the majority of people living in Kuwait are neither residents nor citizens. It's like a workforce of slave labor. And very few people are actually Kuwaiti. So Salah, being Syrian, despite living there for his like entire life, is not a Kuwaiti national, and therefore, even though they're married, he can't give her citizenship or residency, because he's not really a citizen himself. So they have gotten married because otherwise they figure that she must be married because when you give out rental agreements in Kuwait, there are laws against letting an unmarried man and woman live together that are not related. So the apartment would be forced to ask for them to show him documentation that they are married so that under Quranic law they can live together. But them being married does not give her automatic residency. While she has lived in Kuwait, she has developed full-blown diabetes, and she takes both a pill and an injection to manage her blood sugar and insulin. She has flown back to Canada several times because she does not have health care in Kuwait, but has free health care in Canada. So she does, I suppose it's cheaper for her just to fly back for emergencies and shit than it is to deal with the Kuwaiti medical system. Right now, she is in Thailand. She's in Thailand by herself. Her husband is not with her. There is some question as to why. It is believed that she is staying 90 days in Thailand so that she can return to Kuwait and renew her visa for another 180 days or however the fuck that works. Salah probably did not come because he has to work, and it would cost too much to house him in Thailand. Anyways, she basically sits inside this Thai hotel for all day, every day, and then very occasionally gets out, gets into a weird Thai taxi cab, and then takes like footage of the town as they drive around. And then she eats something and records it, and then they dump her back at her hotel. And that's basically it. So her diabetes is definitely not managed. She eats tons and tons of delicious fried shit all the fucking time. In Kuwait, she eats like this rice stuff that you eat with your hand. She just like scoops a family-sized portion of fried rice into her mouth. And then she goes to Thailand and she eats all sorts of fried shit and more rice and more noodles. And she is probably going to die, like, very soon. She has almost completely unmanaged diabetes. She doesn't seem to show any interest in managing her weight. She is fatter than ever. Like, it's hard to tell because she's wearing that chin Spanx. I assume that the reason why Arab women are so devoted to their hijabs nowadays is that they're all fat as fuck in Arab countries. And it's beneficial for them to have something that can keep their fucking chins in check. So she wears what they call the chin Spanx, and her burqa or whatever is just like a tent. She's definitely fatter than she's ever fucking been, and it's unfathomable now that she's having like obvious. She's either nodding off or just having like an absent seizure on camera. It's very because her eyes, like you can tell, like right here. You can see her eyes roll back into her head, so that's not normal. That's not even like nodding off. That's like weird. So, yeah, she's gonna get on her bicycle one day, pretty fucking soon. Science will keep her alive. Well, thank you, Canadian taxpayer. Can everybody in chat spam clap emojis for the Canadian taxpayers? You're gonna be keeping her alive for another 2 decades, maybe. It'll be very expensive, but give it up. We got entertainment here on the behest of the Canadian taxpayers. Thank you. Thanks, Justo. Big shout outs to PPP and Andy Worski, bankrolling Chantal into the future. Make sure you super check Keno Casino. A portion of all proceeds goes to Chantal's fat fucking ass and diabetes medication. Excellent. All right. Cobes did a weird shirtless stream called "I'm Sick of Mass Shootings," where he discusses the Appalachia high school shooting, and he just gives like a very general like take. I'm gonna listen to like a minute of it.
What is up, fellow YouTubers? It's your favorite YouTuber, King Cobra, back at it with another video. I got a brand new phone.
What the fuck is with his beard? It's like he's taken. You know how they like carve hedges into like giraffes and shit? It's like he's very deliberately carved his beard into a ball sack, so it looks like he has these big brown nuts swinging off his chin. It's actually really gross.
And just working on getting it set up. I had to reset my iTunes password. So it is what it is. I don't mind having to like reset my iTunes password, but we're not here to talk about that. First, let me grab a sip of my peanut butter Cobra. This drink combo is exquisite, YouTube. Screwball peanut butter whiskey with a splash of A&W.
I thought we were talking about a school shooting here, Cobes.
Delightful.
Okay, here we go.
I'm so tired of all these goddamn mass shootings. I'm not going to mention the fucking asshole's name, but he had a fucked up childhood and he got bullied in school. See, when I was in 9th grade, I was getting rejected by every chick I've liked. I've been rejected.
Dude, that's hot. That's a hot take. When I was in school, I got rejected by bitches. I would have fucking shot them up too if I had the chance. No, I don't know if that's the take you want to make, Cobes.
By every chick I've liked since the 4th grade. It is what it is. I've been bullied mercilessly nonstop since the 4th grade, and I continue to get bullied nonstop. However, there is a solution to this, and that's called learning how to throw a fucking punch.
I mean, if you're advocating violence, that's not a good take. Like, if you are good and bullied, what you should do is you should learn to defend yourself with violence. Probably not a good idea, Cobes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been bullied since I was in 4th grade, and I continue to get bullied nonstop. And we examine the situation here. The mass shooter was, of course, white, had an AR-15, got bullied in school. His mom was a meth head, and his dad, let him have access to guns. Although, I don't think guns are the problem, YouTube. I think people are the problem.
In this instance, by the way, I forgot about this, but he had posted shit like on TikTok or online that scared people, and that he got reported to the police. And the FBI literally knocked on this guy's door, his dad's door, and told him, hey, your kid is going on the internet and telling people that he wants to kill people and that he has access to your guns. We can't force you to do anything, but you should probably do something. And he didn't do anything. And now people are dead because of it. So I don't know. I'm really reluctant to ever give people an inch when it comes to guns and shit, but it kind of feels like if you have a teen boy, and especially if he's like at that age, and especially if he's troubled, you probably should lock up the guns, because I think not having immediate access to a AR-15 for a retard 14-year-old boy, it might be enough. Because I know that even like I've seen these ads for veterans, and the veterans come on and say, if you have PTSD, make sure you keep your gun locked up. It may sound silly, but the extra second unlocking the gun safe might give you pause to think about what you're doing. So it seems to be that, like, with suicide and even mass murder, like, just adding an extra step to acquire the firearm required to blow your own brains out is, like, just enough where your brain goes like, wait a second, I don't actually want to kill myself. I'm not sure if that's true or not. I would be interested in seeing information regarding school shooters and their access to firearms. Like, did any of them, and if so, how many of them overcame even rudimentary challenges in acquiring a firearm? Like, how many of them woke up one day and then got a gun out of the cabinet and then killed a bunch of people, versus how many people actively conspired to collect firearms and munitions and then stow them away and then use them later, So, mass shootings are a moment of psychotic violence. It does seem that way. I mean, if it's that simple, where it's like you have to have a gun safe, it kind of pains me to say that I might be okay with that shit. But if it was effective, then, and if it didn't infringe on your actual ownership of guns, even if it was like specifically like if you have a child or mentally disturbed person, someone who has either like a felony or psychiatric, someone who can't legally own a gun on their own, which would include both felons, psychiatric patients, and children. And then you say if you have someone living in your house who cannot legally own a gun, then you have to have a gun safe. And if we knew that actually worked, then I can't really. If it works, it works. You should have to. Yeah, I can see giving an inch on this. I could sneed. It's a matter of if it's because a lot of gun regulation is not effective. It's like, oh, California says you can have like a 10-round magazine or something, and it's like that's not effective. or you can't own a silencer. Like, that's not effective. You don't need a silencer to kill people. Or you can't have this. You can't have a bump stock. Like, well, is that really effective? But if it, in regards to stopping like kids from having like a meltdown, if that's effective. Bad take. Good take. Exactly, Spark. No guns opinion. Sir? All right. Well, right now, legally though, you just wait. Selectively enforced, of course. I don't know. I'm just saying. It's kind of scary to be American. Go to school, get shot. Okay, then he sang a song for the victims. So I think that this is the song.
If you like the song, hit the like.
Hear that, chat? If you like the song. Here we go. Oh, fuck yeah. He's waiting patiently for his time to drop. How fucking long is this intro? Oh my god. Wait, he's not even singing. He's playing a recording of him singing. Yeah, he's not in the long. Like, yeah, God, I love this. Nailed it. This was the best.
Students from the killer, no more bullets in the classroom. Put down your piece and give a piece a chance. No more guns in the classroom. Teacher, protect those students from the killer.
We don't get paid enough for that part. Okay, listen. How about this? I've got an idea. Abolish all mandatory schooling as it is. Make Prussian-style military schools a mandatory part of all children's entertainment. All of them must serve the state and must go through military education. This way, your teachers are heavily armed combat veterans who have the ability to take down any potential threat. Then we've solved school shootings, because every teacher there is going to have a fucking a 1911 on them. Okay, we could do that. That would solve it pretty quickly. Wait, hold up. I think we need some music for it. All I'm saying, bring back the Prussian system. We're going to have a better nation. We're going to get along, okay? Okay. And finally, Jackie Singh, the fat and brown herself. Tenet Media was, of course, investigated thoroughly by the Department of Justice. But that doesn't mean that Fat and Brown can't take credit herself. What does she have to say? She says, "Today feels good. My deepest gratitude to the many courageous journalists and activists who endure so much to produce and disseminate factual info regarding malicious Kremlin influences, despite the risk involved with that. I am proud to stand with you and beside you." 255 people liked this and 60 retards retweeted this. She really is taking credit for this. When things start coming together, my prior independent work, for which I went out on a wild limb, begins the process of mainstream vindication. Fat and Brown really thinks she's vindicated. She thinks that she did this. Of course, Tenet Media was only the beginning, the first domino. Hey, the Justice Department, everything connected to Epic, including criminal harassment swatting forum Kiwi Farms, is tainted with Russian money. Where is my fucking money? All these people accusing me of being connected to whatever government. Where is my fucking money? Mossad ain't paying me. The DOJ ain't paying me. Kremlin ain't paying me. Where is the fucking money, Jackie? If you know where these checks are in my fucking name from the Mossad or from the FSB or from the DOJ or whatever the fuck, you know where they are, you gotta tell me, because I don't fucking know. The ASN, which contained Epic's name servers, formerly belonged to Vekselberg. Vekselberg ist ein classic Russisch Namen. Okay? I know y'all can easily get this historical metadata. Fat and brown, skin looks like poo. Okay. Dude, there's so little like actual locale content. No, sorry, sector content in this stream. It starts with DSP a little bit. DSP has finally declared for reals this time that he was the WWE Champions user called They Call Me Dark Side Phil. He claims, however, to mitigate the damage of this reveal, that A, he only spent tens of thousands of dollars playing WWE Champions, and he claims that when the name of this account changed, it was because he got kicked out of his guild and could no longer play effectively, because you basically have to be in a guild full of whales to get the best rewards. So he could no longer really play effectively. So since the game was basically taken for him by the guild kicking him out, he changed his name from They Call Me DSP to Down from the Raptor. Sorry, he sold his account. And the person who acquired it and paid him money for the really high-ranking account with all the valuable pulls, paid him money for it. And then they changed the username for his sake because he had acquired the account. And then just so happened to rejoin the same guild on WWE Champions. So this is his way of handling the accusations and the totality of the evidence that he was playing this game under this account. Because it just doesn't make sense that this guy called They Call Me DSP, who's playing the same exact fucking game that DSP plays, also just so happens to be a mega whale spending 5 figures at least into this game, and then they have no relationship with each other. So big-headed from Kino Casino, he comes out and says this. Sorry, we're having tech issues today on the forum because of a service outage. How you gonna do me like this? I made you, you piece of shit. Is it that bad? Is it like DDoS attacked? Is this video like 800 megabytes? We may not be able to play. Oh, is the site as a whole down again? Cool. Okay. So we'll come back to that then. If at all. The consequence of this was that he had announced this directly before his stream with Stuttering Craig, who I have made fun of in the past because he appears to wear makeup and also do Instagram filters that are designed for women to like make his eyes shinier and his skin sparkly. I do not know why he does this. But it's very weird and very obvious to me. He had prior talked to Stuttering Craig on the Side Scrollers podcast in March 2023. And this interview went very poorly for Darkside Phil because Craig was supposed to be like a neutral party. But in the days leading up to the interview, the detractors sent tons of information to Craig and he did his own research. And as they start off kind of cordial, and then over time they turn up the heat. And Craig does a pretty good job of like wrangling DSP. But as he starts like pounding him on his bankruptcy filings and the financial stuff and the bank leaks, Darkseid Phil just kind of collapsed on this and then leaves eventually. And his opinion was after the fact that Craig had it had been a decent interview, but in the following day Craig made fun of him on in responding to super chats, and Darkseid Phil has always been kind of angsty about that. Well, they have this follow-up conversation, and the contention is that Phil was angry that Craig had brought up the bank leaks and the bankruptcy and the WWE shit, and he said that he was like trying to defame him and injure his reputation. And then at the end of it, DSP announces that he lied, basically. And I think this is it. Is it still not going to fucking load? Are you fucking kidding me? Chat, I honestly can't even believe this shit right now. So the issue was, if he had lied during about being, they call me DSP on the game, how do you have any right to be upset that that he as an interviewer asked him questions about it? Because he was lying, and he just showed evidence that he was lying. So how can he be angry? And after arguing about this and having like a little back and forth, Darkseid Phil eventually just kicks him off. Is it my VPN that's wrong? I think it is. 1 second, chat. Boston, Massachusetts, you have failed me yet again. Fuck Massachusetts. That's what I gotta say. Massachusetts, more like massive. Go fuck yourself. Not even. It's still fucked. Today's just not my day, chat. It happens. Happens, and it happens every day. This is how it feels sometimes.
Stuff like that. He basically went down on the same route as many other.
Okay, he already kicked him off at this point. Okay, I see. This is the part.
That we can eventually work together in the future in some way, shape, or form. Maybe you come on Side Scrollers and we do a regular show. If you don't want to deal with a politics-driven show that isn't whatever you said, right?
Right.
You were extremely nice with your words, and by nice I'm being sarcastic right now. And when you told us to go fuck ourselves and all that stuff, so I would like to give you a fair shake someday on Side Scrollers if you're open to it. Like I said, I want to make sure that you and everybody else knows that I am open to working with you in some way, shape, or form. But I hope more than anything, I hope you're honest, not just with your audience, but with yourself about the situation. I appreciate your time today, Phil. I got some dad duties I got to get done. Thank you guys very much for your time.
All right. Now hold on. Now, before you go, let me say my piece too. All right.
Sure.
Well, it'll be quick. I promise.
Yeah.
This is it. This is the end. There's no more feud between you and me. Do you agree? That's it. We're done. We can stop going at each other's throats.
Phil, I haven't had a feud with you for 18 months, man.
That's fine. Okay, whatever you say, monetize the haters, but you don't have a feud with me. You want me to play Street Fighter with you. You don't have a feud with me. You want me back as a guest on your anniversary show because you know it's going to bring you hype and attention from my detractors, but you don't have a feud with me. Okay? But okay, fair enough. You don't have a feud, but we're agreeing to this now. It's over, right? We're done. Yeah, we're good.
It's over. Yeah.
Okay. So, and you were asking me now, a year and a half later, will I be a guest on your show? Which was what originally was agreed to, correct? Like, that's what you're saying. It was originally, that was the agreement. We were going to do the interview. And then after that, I was going to have the opportunity to be a regular guest on your show like everyone else had been, correct? Right. That was the agreement.
And after the interview, I sent you that email saying, like, we were just disappointed, right? And the offer wasn't there anymore after the interview because we felt lied to.
Okay, so now,
with that said, I hope we can move past it.
That's what I'm saying. Now that we've hashed it all out, right? We're all good. You're saying you're extending that olive branch, and you're saying that that opportunity is there again, possibly. Not a lock-in, but it's possible that I could be on your show.
Sure.
Okay, I'm not interested. Go fuck yourself. Okay. All right, guys. So that's
how he chose to end it. Like this long-winded, like trying to get him to this point just so that he can say, I'm not interested and go fuck yourself. Oh my god, Chad seems to like that. Chad thinks that's Chad and Alpha. Okay, hold up. Let's do a poll since we're in the mood. Was that Chad and Alpha? It'll be vote yes for yes. But 1 for yes, but 2 for no. Let's check it out. Let's see what the chat has to say. Early and often. I ride base Kang DSP. Kang, Kino, PPP would be proud. Kang shit. Gondola says that's bitch made. Let's see. King, bow to the king. Kang, based. Damn base, Lamau. Democracy is real. The votes are pouring in, chat. He's a bad man, but it's cool. Okay. The votes are actually coming in quite fast. DSP can take his cheap gotchas where he can, I suppose. It was funny, but it was a little bitch made. DSP is a cock, but it was a decent Maestrog. I just hate Stuttering Craig. One more. Okay, there we go. With 100 votes and 75% yes has taken it. 25% said that was not Chad and Alpha. Okay. I'm a little bit shocked at that, actually. I wonder how many of the people that voted yes are people who watch Kino Casino versus people who don't really know much about DSP. I thought it was a bit weird to try and like have this cordial conversation and then just say go fuck yourself. Because I don't know. It just felt like an emotional outlast. But, I mean, I don't know if you guys saw the whole interview. It's about an hour long. But there was a point where Stuttering Craig in this conversation, and out of context, I think it actually looks worse for DSP than in context. Because there's an earlier part in this where Craig is like, well, you lied to us about the WWE Champions thing, so fuck you. Like, that's literally what he says. So when he says go fuck yourself, actually, he might literally said go fuck yourself. And I think DSP was trying to call back to that moment when he said no. So in context, it actually does look a little bit better for DSP. I don't know. I thought it was a bit rude to close out like that. Super immature, but then again, it's DSP. That's probably a fair way to put it. Okay. If it's DSP versus a literal faggot, I'm always for DSP. Is he actually gay, or does he just look gay? He has like that pretty boy gay face, and I think that he uses Instagram filters, but I thought that was just like insecurity. Is he actually homosexual? Yes, he is literally gay. I see. Okay. Phil gave Moonpie a huge shout out. I mean, our conversation was pretty tame. I felt like I handled myself well. Craig has AIDS. Is that true? You know, saying someone has AIDS is actually per se defamation. You better watch yourself, boys. Okay, I got you. And just a little itty bitty bit of Ricada update. This guy went through and effort posted this, but we'll just watch the clips and I'll explain it.
I'm like, guys, I'm a libertarian. I talk about sex toys. I go on shows defending pornography as free speech. I have an almost encyclopedic knowledge of porn stars.
Look at how unimpressed and weird. The only person smiling of these 5 people is this woman who's very Asian, and she seems to be like smiling out of awkwardness. Everybody else is not very impressed by this.
By name, which is kind of embarrassing.
Who's your favorite? Top 3, go.
Oh, favorite would be Crystal Boyd, followed by Kenzie Reeves.
Knowing the names of porn stars is the most disgusting fucking thing that a man could ever represent about himself. Like, Dick does this too. He has that obsession with this Asian woman, and I think it might even be overcompensation because he's like a faggot.
And then I don't know. Is there
Kenzie's
any?
a sweetheart.
There are other ones.
I mean, I don't know.
Look at her. Look at Brittany Vente's face and the face of utter repulsion and contempt and disgust. Brittany in particular is just like it just look like they hate him. I want to say that Brittany Vente looks even angrier than her, but they both look like they're equal parts. Like, she's like equal parts shock and disgust, and Brittany Vente is like equal parts disgust and hatred.
But I actually like.
Okay, and then this one. This is him talking about, again, his favorite porn stars with Drexel, friend of the show.
This is my favorite Photoshop, by the way. It's the little blonde chick on the couch and the like 5 big black dudes behind her looking down, and the people have photoshopped like different heads on them.
So almost everybody's familiar with the couch meme because it's like ubiquitous now, but he's said that he's a big fan of that video where she is like gang raped by like 5 black dudes. He at one point, this guy went through his history to find out him talking about this. And apparently she's the one that's like getting gang raped by like 5 black dudes on the couch. And that's like his favorite. So all the BBC cuckold memes are completely and totally vindicated. It is old. This is from a long time ago. This guy just got bored and said, I wonder what Nick's favorite porn stars are, and found this clip where Brittany Venti's about to jump to the fucking screen and strangle him to death. So here's your Nick Rekieta humiliation segment. And I think that's about it. There's one more thing. Actually, you know what? Oh man, I'm so glad I just reminded myself of this. There was stuff that I forgot from last week. Oh, this is what I was thinking of. There's actually, I think there's 2 different, is this the Minecraft one? Because I did that this week. Oh, no, it's not. Okay. Sorry, I forgot to do this last week, so we're going to laugh at this week as the closing out segment. First of all, it was this. I don't know how real this is, because you have to remember, anytime there's like an OnlyFans involved, it's all like there can be like guerrilla viral marketing where they like try to drum up controversy just to get eyes. But this is kind of funny on its face, so I will tolerate it. These are 2 natal women, and they do OnlyFans, but they put fake penises in their pants and claim to be male to female transsexuals. As you can see, they're the Silly Lilies TS transsexuals, heart transgender emoji, and they even have an anime in their picture. Then of course they're just real women, so the trannies freak out. Heidi the birder says, we know you're both fake. If you want to do not safe for work content, then sure, do it. Hell, I do. But don't get in our space. 1.1 thousand likes. Era the Dom says, this is harmful as hell with trans people debate like this. You'll have to stop at some point. Covering eyes emoji. Row Down O'Neill trans flag says, my breast and ween are both real and I grew them myself. And Johnny B. Jones says, yeah, I challenge you to go be trans in real life and then keep faking it online. We all know you couldn't hang. And that one also has 1,000 likes. Seeing cis girls shove dildos in their pants and pretending to be trans for money makes me annoyed. My gender isn't your costume, bro. And then April, who does look like the bartender from Shrek, says, I've lost friends, family, jobs, opportunity, money, healthcare, and basic respect from random people. Been harassed, death threats, essayed from these bitches, for these bitches. Of course, bitches. You know, you remember that song by Little John? I think I've mentioned Little John 2 streams in a row. This might be an indication of my mental health decline. But I think the lyric goes like, all these bitches crawl, skeet, 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 motherfucker. Okay, it goes to the window and to the wall. All these bitches crawl, skeet, 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 motherfucker. I'm pretty sure that's the lyrics. In the censored radio version of this song, it goes, from the window to the wall, all these females crawl. And I've always thought that's kind of weird. They just translate bitches to females. And they're just like, yeah, that works. Anyways, April continues. For these bitches to masquerade as trans women for profit is disgusting. It's like the trans version of blackface. They don't deserve peace. Zero self-awareness. That's amazing. You know, now that I think about it, when I was in middle school, I think that the cheerlead dance squad did a dance from the window to the wall. I think that was around the same time I was in middle school. And for whatever reason, the coach was like, yeah, tween girls dancing to the window to the wall. Skeet, 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 motherfucker. The sweat drips off my balls. That'll work. Whatever. Who cares? It's just middle school. Okay, and then there's a trailer. Someone begged me to watch this trailer and give a review. And let's see. It's called Night Bitch by Searchlight Pictures. So this is an indie
He's
film.
super cute. Do you just love getting to be home with them all the time? Yeah, I do. I love it.
Are they at a Whole Foods? Looks like a Whole Foods. Is Whole Foods... Chat, is Whole Foods still nice? Does it still smell like organic spices, chat? Don't tell me that everything is terrible.
I love it.
You're an artist, right?
Well, I used to be.
Wow.
But that feels like a lifetime ago. So
Yeah,
totally.
definitely.
We get it. I used to be a stripper.
The before times.
Yes.
Nobody in this family can clean their own butts. If you wake him up, I will rip your throat out.
Okay, for what it's worth. I would kill to stay home with him every day.
Mama fuzzy.
This is an anti-natalist movie. This is definitely produced by people. Muriel Heller. Chat. There's a good chance. Director. From Marin County. Her father hails from a Jewish family from New York.
Look at my teeth. See how sharp they are?
It's a little bit weird.
Motherhood, it changes you and connects you to some primal urges.
I feel like I'm stuck.
Make up a plan, draw up a schedule. Happiness is a choice. Happiness is a choice.
I'll try. I'm never going
I told you happiness is a choice.
be smart, happy, or thin, ever again. Oh, and I'm pretty sure I'm turning into a dog.
You're so funny.
Like she turns into a dog in there? Is that the...
Do you ever feel like the big secret is that...
You know, I hate to go there, but if you could turn into a dog, there's no way you wouldn't have sex as a dog. I'm just going to say it. You just know.
We are gods. We fucking create life. We are so powerful. What the fuck? I could crush a walnut with my vagina. I am a woman. I am an animal. I am Night Bitch.
Wow, that, just terrible.
You're so dirty. Where did you go?
I am her run.
Rated R. I think that there's going to be dog sex in this. Yeah, this is anti-natalist. Amy Adams. From Italy. So this is what they do, right? Maureen Heller says, okay, you're going to eat dog food and have sex with dogs because you're white. I think that's how that works. Very cool. She used to be cute. Well, she doesn't. She is a dog, okay? She is a dog. All right, one last thing. In lieu of a Reddit segment, I now have a TikTok segment. Let's take a look.
So I got this tea-made lamp as a gift from my sisters, and I had it in my room, and I came home from work after the hot day, and there was like
Get to the
hundreds of
fucking
ants
point.
underneath it, and I was like, why the fuck would ants want a fake croissant? And like, I'm almost wondering if this is a fucking literal real croissant covered in resin, because they were going in the holes. And anyway, I just poked a bigger hole, and it like low-key looks like a fucking croissant under there.
Oh, you can't see it.
Hang on.
Here we go.
I'm going to... Dude, like, that looks like a fucking croissant. Are you actually joking me?
British.
Like, that looks like fucking pastry. Look at the crumbs.
Okay. Allow me to explain, chat. I looked into this. This woman has a croissant lamp. There is something called a lampshade from Japan in the Yukiko Morita shop, and they sell bread. They sell bread, chat. They sell specifically bread lamps, and here is their ensemble of bread lamps. Sell croissants, sell toast, sell looks like dunkel or whatever. Then there's boule, and then a baguette lamp, or a Kaiser roll even lamp, a petite bread lamp, or an Dakotan lampshade, or even pain de mie bread. But this is specifically our culprit. Now, I was sitting here investigating this bread lamp. Apparently, what they do is they spray a antibacterial and then antifungal thing on it, and then coat it in resin and put a lamp and a little LED in it. And then you have this cute, quaint little croissant lamp to sit on your desk, and it just looks nice. And it has this little warm glow to it because you have this nice croissant, right? But yet, this British woman received a lamp that had ants in it. So indeed, it seems like this $100 croissant lamp from Japan was inferior quality, chat. But let's roll back to the first second, chat, and listen to this again.
So I got this Timu lamp as a...
This Timu lamp. Now we're getting closer to the heart of the issue. If you go to this, and then I think if you go all the way down to the bottom, beware of counterfeit products. Recently, several counterfeit and copy goods of lampshade are manufactured and sold by overseas producer. The counterfeit products have different specifications and performance from genuine products, and also have inferiority in quality considering the antiseptic processing. Lampshades are not sold on any e-commerce site like Amazon, Alibaba, and eBay. Please be careful not to purchase such counterfeit products by mistake. This British woman or her friend bought an inferior Timu croissant lampshade, which is literally just a real croissant, but not even properly coated in resin, depriving of these Japanese people of their $100, but getting ants as a consequence. You can't make this up, chat. Does anyone here buy from Temu? Can anyone explain? This is like, TikTok is like a weird thing to me. Temu is even weirder. Temu appears to be a way to convert algae fossil dinosaur fuel into plastic that is immediately dumped into the ocean. Ant niggas, we won. Temu is cancer. No, fuck no. Sounds like an Aussie. Temu is just drop shipping. Safa. She gets exotic ants. My dad. What does your dad buy on Temu? Imagine spending $100 on a hollowed out pastry with an LED inside. Temu sells DeWalt drivers at 1/3 the prices. That's interesting. It's based. I don't care. It's like Amazon for Chinese knockoffs. My former man is for shopping addicts. I like that. A lot of us has figured that out. Bro, where are you? I'm going to click your message. Yeah. Oh, wait, no, that's not it. I do for what the fuck do you buy on Temu for work? Where's the guy at? It's for shopping addicts. Here we go. That's correct. I think this guy's right. I think all those people who like impulse buy fucking garbage just buy shit off Temu, and then they play with it for like 30 seconds and then dump it into the ocean. Pretty sure that's what it is. Okay. I'm glad that we've solved this already. Nice. Okay. I might buy one of these croissant lamps. I like it. Once I'm back in the US, I'm going to buy my entire room. Dude, what I really need, and I don't know if the Pamp Shade maybe can give me this. Can I get cheese lamps? Can I get I want like a mozzarella lamp, and I want like a gorgonzola lamp, and then I'll put my croissant lamp and my cheese lamp together. Can I get like a wine lamp? Put like an LED in like a wine bottle. This will be how I illuminate my room. A pizza lamp. Now you're talking. Better have hollandaise resin on it. Cool. By the way, if you are the guy who has parked on TikTok, at Mad at the Internet, I need it. Here's what I did. I made at Mad at the Internet with periods between them. And then I tied my TikTok, because I had issues registering. So I registered it to the using a two-factor thing. And I used Twitter. And you can't log into anything that you authenticate with Twitter if you're suspended. And I'm never being unbanned because Elon Musk is a tranny. And employs trannies and has tranny sex with trannies. So I also have lost my TikTok. And there is absolutely no way to get that back. There is a guy who has registered and is obviously a fan of this podcast with at Mad at the Internet. And it's just parked. And he has done nothing with it. I need this. Deliver it unto me. I will give you my most esteemed thanks and appreciation. I'll give you a free shirt. I'm working on a shirt for Halloween already. Get in touch. I need it. Okay. I think that's it. As I said before, I have a review of ISOM 2 that I'm working on. I already have ideas for it, and I'll be posting on the Gumroad. You can find the Gumroad at madattheinternet.com and at maddie.live. And I'll see you guys on Tuesday or the weekend if you are a Gumroad person. Great. Excellent. Cool. Super berries. Bobble is God for 5 says, I have faith that this stream was preemptively great. Well, your faith well placed, if I do say so myself. Use this money to buy toothpaste to floss your teeth twice a week or twice a day so you don't lose the rest of them. Also, favorite MC Jarbo song. I like Damage by iCucks. That's pretty fucking good. You can't floss your teeth with toothpaste, by the way. I think you mean dental floss. Action Johnny for 5 says, early and super straight, you're surely getting some action today. You bet. You fucking bet. I'm on top of my game. Kurt Eichenwald, Enemy Ambassador for 5 says, Glorious Kiwi Emperor, your versus Sam Hyde's financial advice reminds me of that one meme. My son will make a modest purchase and pay the minimums. No, my son will take $50,000 in credit card debt. Well, you know what? You got to spend money to make money. It's called an investment for a reason. It's called debt management, sir. Eric George for 10 says, calling me Bish? Ha, I phoned before the last show. I can't call during super chats when I mostly watch VOD. Maybe everyone should call your LinkedIn number and make calls-ins autistic again. Maybe they should, motherfucker. Thank you. Black Star Sneed for 10 says, please read the image within the first post with your best Hawaiian pigeon voice. Sir, I have no fucking idea what Hawaiian pigeon is. I have no familiarity with the Hawaiians. I've never been to Hawaii. I've never met a Hawaiian. I don't know if they actually exist. Okay, let's see this. See if it actually loads. The Jew leader guys talk. How they go and kill Jesus. They plenty Jew guys that come for Coco Mary and see all the awesome stuff Jesus wouldn't do. They trust him. But other guys go by the Pharisee guys and tell them all the stuff Jesus wouldn't do. Then the main prize guys and the Pharisee guys tell all the Jews leaders to come together. They tell them, this guy Jesus, they do all kinda awesome stuff that show who him, what we gonna do. If we let him stay, do this kinda stuff. I like how they just say kino as like a way of like awesome. Everybody going to go trust him just like he the king. And because of that, the Rome army guy is going to come and wipe out the temple and a people. One of them, Caiaphas, the main prize guy that year, he tell them, you don't know nothing. Mo better for your guys to one, if one guy maka for all them people, if not the Rome guys that year. That's why he can talk like that. He talked for God when he tell that Jesus going maka for all them Jew guys. And he no going maka only for them Jew guys, but for all God's kids that stay all over the world. For bring them all together for one people. That's why from that time the Jew leader guys stay talk together how they going to kill Jesus. That's why Jesus no go around no more way the Jew leader guys can see him. He go one place near the boonies. Ephraim town, he stay over there with the guys he stay teach. Now almost time for the Jew Passover religious Kina ceremony. Plenty people from the boonies go Jerusalem before the Passover. For them do all that stuff, the rules from God tell fo the fo make fo them come clean inside fo pay Passover time. Them people stay look for Jesus. When they stand inside the lanai for the temple, they ask each other, what you guys think? You think Jesus going to come to special religious Kina ceremony or what? But the main prize guy and the Pharisee guys tell that whoever knows where Jesus stay, they got to tell him for them send the police guys for bust Jesus. That's pretty good. I like how he just calls them Jew guys. Hey, those Jew guys over there. I know what they say in Shia. It's very tragic. Josh is training AI. Something like that. Stino for 10 says, I got this weird song in my YouTube feed. Okay. Okay, I said, and it loads very slowly. I will come back to it. Always Mr. No for 5 says, Rip Parl Harrell, a true one gone. R.I.P., my dude. Stupid Fuck for 1 says, if you really like old style RPGs, I recently beat an indie game called Sea of Stars, and it instantly became one of my favorite games ever. I'm playing New Game Plus as I listen to this because I'm a Spurg. I have no affinity with old style RPGs. Sea of Stars, though, is his recommendation. It's a new game. Stupid Fuck for 4 says, meant to send 5. Thank you, Stupid Fuck. I appreciate it. Cole for 4 says, please read verses 1 and 2 of the Shepherds of Hermas. Don't read aloud the italicized text or hyperlinked numbers. Bro, I gotta put an end to this. People don't like it. It's really annoying. It interrupts the flow of the super chats. I refuse. I'm no longer reading religious texts unless they're in Pidgin. Beep Bloop for 5 says, there are sure a lot of PDF files at the Internet Archive. They have so many PDF files. It's crazy. But that's what they issue. That's why they're being sued. Bjakni for 20 says, my normie GF sent me this. I don't know how or where she found it. The first minute might make you go, what the fuck? I promise it's worth watching until at least 1:30. Oh, okay. Second YouTube link. Is this one going to load?
Jews.
This only has 114 views.
It's the Jews. It's the Jews. It's the Jews. It's always the Jews. What?
Appreciate it. Cyber Girls. I've featured this, bro. This was on the front page of the site. This is a banger. This video is awesome. This is a true instant classic. I mean, we only play like 20 seconds of it. I would highly recommend it if you are familiar with early internet shit. It's really crazy. It has references to Bossman Jack and Keffels and all sorts of stuff. It has references to here, I think even I'm in this. Hold up. There's that guy, I forget his name. He's the midget that got mogged by what's his face. Oh, I'm in this very, very briefly during the Keffels thing. Here, That's Bossman. God, I can see it in the fucking thumbnail. Show me it. There, right there. There I am. It's a fucking classic. A classic. Thank you. TB Deluxe for 2 says Tuesday is when the H1B. By the way, your girlfriend is on Locale Farm, just so you know. TP Deluxe for 2 says Tuesday is when the H1B Indian engineers my job imported shit his pants and threw his underwear away in the bathroom. At least they're getting closer to the toilet. Oh, he shit himself and then threw his underwear away. Okay. That's embarrassing. How do you know it was his? Did he write his name on the tag or something? That's weird. Was it like orange, like those Sikh like hair wraps? Rickenbacker for 5 says, good seeing to you. The Gaming Gate video on Gummer made me feel old, but it was very good. Here's today's verse. And there's a Bible Gate. Oh my God, bro. I can't do it's just like, it's really disruptive to people. And it's like a back and forth now where people are like paying me to read different verses. I guess if it's like one fucking verse. Proverbs 4:23 for... Proverbs is not paying me. I'm just so used to saying that. Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. Can you not just like post listen to the message? That makes it way easier. Okay. Steven Feeden for 2 says, I read about kids doing blackout challenge from Reader's Digest back in 2007. I read about kids doing blackout challenges today. Maybe some people don't deserve oxygen. Kids are stupid. It's hard to be too hard. Devious to V for 2 says, Peter Griffin lives at 31 Spooner Street, Quahog Road, Island. Send pizzas to 31 Spooner Street. Don't do that. Be nice to Peter. He's on a diet. Sneedo for 1 says, just blame Tranimate and VTubers on the shooting. Dude, I already have. Sir Calf for 1 says, mine Oba grew up in Schneider. I need a professional racist and you're my top guy. I just got married to an Asian. Thing is, I'm not white. I'm brown Latinx. Would I also be libertarian or something worse? You're libertarian. Basically. I mean, you're not white, so I don't care who you marry. You can marry anyone you want, basically. Being not white is freedom, as far as I'm concerned. I would say libertarian. Docs Found for 5 says, good that the DOJ has rooted up Russian influence from our media. Can we do Israel next? Silence! Israel is our greatest ally, and they're permitted to do whatever they want. There's a channel called GDF, which means Gaza Defense Force, and the guy that runs it's like a total cock-smoking faggot, and his Discord is like gay and paused. But he does really, really good. He like is, I think he's Arab. He really, like Arab Canadian or something. He really hates Israel. His channel is pretty good. He manages to keep all of his faggotry out of the fucking channel, so it's just like pure distilled Israel hatred. And his videos are mostly about how American government is like the most cucked government in the entire world. I would recommend his videos, but I would never recommend giving him money. That's my rundown of that. Bunker Housing for 1 says, tell us why you were expelled. Also, have you shown your IT teacher your webpage? Maybe you can go to school and have a lecture how you create independent websites. I have told this before. I was expelled because one of our teachers died. And IT teacher died. We had a no substitute that day. In the no substitute room, not in a different class, we didn't have a substitute teacher. While I was in that class, it was an English class, I sent a net send. And a net send sends a command prompt to all of their computers on the network. And I just said, I hate my school. And this could be backtraced because the message isn't just the message. It says from this computer. And the computer had the room ID. So they investigated it and found out that I and 2 other kids were at the computer. And I took the fall for it for a very roundabout reason. Basically, one of them cried and I felt bad. So I said it was all me. And instead of a Saturday detention, I got put in front of the dean who was crying. Because her friend of like 10 years at that school had just died from a traumatic brain injury as a result of having a seizure in a bathtub. She said that I was the worst student that she had ever seen. She said that I was such a bad student that I gave that teacher stress. And she literally said that I stressed her out by being such a bad student that I gave her a seizure and killed her. And when I told the other teachers this, when I was getting reassigned to like a bunch of different PE classes, they're like, that's not true. Don't believe that. That's not the right thing for her to say. But I lost all my IT classes. That was the only thing I cared about, so I dropped out. That is my villain origin story. One day I will confront him, by the way. I remembered his name. I remember to this day. I know who he is. I know where he's at. One day we'll find him again. Good luck. 7 for 2 says, I lived in Germany for 7 years, and Berlin is dirty as hell compared to the place like München, aka Munich. It's like New York City. Sounds good to people who have never been there. I don't think Berlin is like the only city in the in EU, the only capital city of any country in Europe that is a net deficit to the country. They spend more on social services for all the rape apes that live in Berlin than they actually make from tax income, and that is the only city in Europe that does that. Rome, Paris, Budapest, they all make money, just not Berlin. Banana Plugs for one says, Happy Pizza Day, you're my favorite non-Slav always. That's a high distinction. Thank you. Hi Confessor for 10 says, hey dude. Hey, hi Confessor. How you doing? Tetrabax for 20 says, Notch was a genius to sell Minecraft. Yes, he was. Yes, he was. It's a great idea. Thank you. Dio mio la Cretera for one says, Snood is Christian and wholesome. You schizo Janie. I don't know what the fuck that means, but thank you. Holy Hal for 5 says, I hope you're having a good day, Josh. You're my nibble always. Thank you, Holy Hal. I appreciate it. Beep Bloop for 25 says, well, on the subject of movies, This American Psycho is swell. Are they remaking American Psycho to be gay?
You look nice today.
Don't wear that outfit again.
What? I didn't hear you.
Said, do not wear that outfit again. Wear a dress, a skirt, or something.
You don't like this, I take it.
Come on. You're prettier than that.
That's pretty great. That's pretty excellent. It's Daniel Larson, in case you don't recognize him. That's great. Stupid fuck for one says, Steve's character model was based on Tommy Vercetti from Vice City, so they should have cast Ray Liotta. And then I don't know what the lore is of the Ray Liotta. He's either dead or a pedophile. So someone in chat remind me. Holy Owl for 3 says, also, check fraud thing you talked about last stream is super funny because black people were doing the exact same thing exactly 1 year ago with Cash App. They have no ability to learn. Oh, they do. They just go to a different app, apparently. Lilanthia for 5 says, hey Josh, great show as usual. To change the pace a bit, what would make you happy at the internet? Copyright to be abolished, net neutrality. That's like real net neutrality, not the bullshit. Something like that. How about, what's his name? I forgot his name. How about Volker Grayman giving me my fucking domain name? That would make me happy. Space Allen for 20 says, Ham Jam. Thank you, Space Allen. I appreciate it. Meowga1 for 5 says, hey, Moonpie, big fan of your idea for a true and honest Whammon app. Oh, I see someone reads the forum. Yes. I finally a fan of the forum and the podcast. Yeah, it's one of my ideas. We'll see. John D9045 says, I can't believe I'm saying this, but all Oakland cams got my vote this year. Looked around and I saw were heads nodding in agreement. I heard a few calls of yes, sir, and damn straight. Pasta. Yeah, I mean, that was a very believable story that Redditor said to induce mass coping and seething. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that was a real thing that happened. Lucifero 210 for 1 says, DEI says black people have trouble getting bank loans and help with banking, but people give bank accounts and they start committing check fraud. Shit, man. If black people have issues opening bank accounts, it's because they cannot fill out the form. I don't know what else it could be. Like, they're free. They don't want you to know this, but bank accounts are free. You can just open a bank account. I have 57 bank accounts. Patrick S. Tomlinson for 2 says, bicycling is a new canon euphemism for eating oneself to death. I don't know, if you try to pull that one on me, I probably won't get it the first time. Now, the false copy of Senator for 1 says, I meditate. Okay, I thought you sent me like 8 in a row. I meditate on how we all watch and cheer on your actions and opinions, but you're actually the one getting it all done. What might be achieved if we were all as industrious as you? And the false copy of Senator for 1 says, also the best blue cheese is Rockford. Rockford's pretty fucking good, I'm gonna be real. You must try it at your earliest convenience. That will be easy for you to do with those bountiful European cheese markets, right, Church? Yes, I've had it before. I get it sometimes, bro. It's really good. Don't even try me. As far as, like, I don't know. Not everybody can, like, upend their entire life to be a fucking internet weirdo. But the more people, like, push things and, like, speak up about stuff, the better, easier things get. Like, people really underestimate how much they can accomplish by just being like, no. Just saying no. Go fuck yourself. I don't want to do that. Or speaking up in defense of something. Silver Schizo for one says, Josh, everyone knows that you suck at RuneScape and haven't even completed Monkey Madness. No cap, for real, dog. I have completed Monkey Madness. I've stopped playing though. I can't. Because of the pronouns thing. It just disgusts me so much. I hate it. Silver Schizo for one says, I'm gonna keep bugging you about a silver segment stream. Other than that, have pizza day, dude. One day I can't do it right. It'll be a Gumroad thing eventually. Girlfriend, however, for 10 says, there are a 300-some page study on the effectiveness of gun control in the abstract. It says that safe storage requirements are the only statistically effective form of gun control. I can believe it, bro. Honestly, it just seems like having that little barrier, no matter what it is, between like thought and action is like all it takes. And if that works, then like people should do it. Tetramax for 50 says, thank you, by the way. I do think that there is something to be said about having the capability to use violence and choosing not to that makes you a better person. But if you throw kids into a mix, you need to do better. Yeah, but the issue is that when the outcome is like dead children and dead teachers and more gun control, like actual gun control, like you can't buy guns anymore. That's like you have to head that problem off a little bit, I think. Thank you though. Snito for one says, just let it go, Niga. And then there is a link to a tweet, and it says, Linkin Park debuts new singer Emily Armstrong replacing the late Chester Bennington. Is that a tranny or is that a real woman? New singer for Linkin Park? You should just be a new band then. You're kind of, because I mean, how does a band replace the lead singer? If you like the lead singer is like you can change out a guitarist, but you can't change out a vocalist like that. That's crazy. Cults for 5 says, read Deuteronomy 7:6, please. Thank you. Referencing the scripture on the front page of the Kiwi Farms, Josh. Okay, I will read this. But I would really, really appreciate it if people just stop sending me shit like that to read. It just interrupts the stream, and now people are like fighting over it. It's annoying. Deuteronomy 7:6 says, for you are a people holy to the Lord your God. The Lord your God has chosen you out of all the peoples on the face of the earth to be his people, his treasured possession. Brianna Wu, Hyperbimbo for 20 says, I hope this $20 buys me 60 seconds of your time to watch the video Wu put out in addition to the Twitter post. Do you sympathize? Timestamp. Okay, 60 seconds. Begins now.
And I know there's a story.
Brianna Wu, a 15-year veteran of the games industry, professional media advocate, requires me to go into OBS and set my settings to mono so that you guys do not get your right ear completely deafened.
Storyline out there telling you that trans people are doing it because it's a fad or it's to make a political statement. It's literally that every other version of my life ended in suicide. And this is just getting really honest with you. There's no one that understands what a surgically hacked together Target knockoff version of womanhood I am more than me. I don't need you to tell it to me all the time. As incomplete and painful as this feels, it is the best life I'm ever going to have for myself. So I would ask you to have compassion for people like me. It's often really hard to see how callously people talk about issues like HRT access. Because for people like me, estrogen is a miracle drug. Life is so numb without it. I don't know if I am actually a woman. That's more of a philosophical question where I just don't do very well. But I'm really, really certain that I can't.
Not questions like, what is a woman? Because that would fall under the purview of philosophy, which I don't do well.
Can't function in life as a man. And I know that everything I've accomplished that I'm proud of, everything that feels important or real or meaningful, it's been as a woman. As the political winds are shifting harder and harder against people like me and our human...
That one person in chat who said that he's afraid of TTD, everybody else's vote didn't matter. Your vote, that one guy, you win. If someone finds who the fuck he is, put it on the screen. He's the guy that was right.
Dignity, I find I'm not willing to sit on the sidelines, which brings us to the second point. To all trans people out there, and especially my sisters, I love you. We share an experience and a profound pain we don't even need words to see and recognize.
I don't feel bad for Brianna Wu, though. Because if you remember, like, okay, he's saying all the right things. But if you remember Brianna Wu from Gamergate, you'll know that Brianna Wu intruded upon Gamergate, put himself into Gamergate, and then pushed out other women. I didn't mention this even during the Gamergate video because I had forgotten about it. But I remember when Brianna Wu and Zoe Quinn even had a fight over, because Brianna Wu had said something like, I'm the primary victim of Gamergate. Like, I'm target numero uno. And Zoe Quinn's like, what the fuck are you talking about? This entire thing is over me giving sloppy blowjobs for game reviews. Everyone has aired out my laundry, posted my nudes around, gone after my job, gone after everybody who's ever given me a chance to have anything in the games industry. And you're going to sit here and call yourself the number one victim. Who the fuck do you think you are? So it's like, even like as unsympathetic as Zoe Quinn is, and as unsympathetic as the whole Gamergate controversy was, even then, Brianna Wu tried to impose himself into this and boot out real women to take credit for something that he didn't have the right to claim. Like, again, I don't, like, the whole thing was, like, retarded. But even in that, he was still trying to intrude upon a woman's space and take their accomplishments from them, even if the accomplishment was number one victim on the internet. So in a way, no, I really don't. Like, I'm sure that he's probably smart enough and politically aware enough to realize how things are going. But he's just another tranny. And he acts just like the rest of them. Decogs for one says, slobbed your dog. I'm in England and I saw cops shutting down a restaurant. I was going to make a joke about incompetence until I learned that the owner had a stroke and died in the store the night before. I would also have a stroke and die if I lived in England. Haramburger for two says, browse movie, select the movie you want to rent, and select the plus sign. Select checked out, enter your email. Now you select pay now, swipe, insert, or tap your payment card, and then retrieve your movie. I think that is the instructions of Redbox. Tetrabacks for $100 says, I'll still give you money if you pay gotcha games because you make me laugh and show me funny stuff. I don't care if you use the money, but keep being you. I use the money for, like, shit I actually fucking need. I have like, no man-child interest. The Kiwi Farms is the closest thing to my man-child interest, and even then, I spend less money on that than some people do fucking gotcha games. Thank you, though. If it makes you feel better, then yes, I'm a what's the gayest, cringest mobile game? Is it Genshin Impact? Dude, you should see my gotcha pulls, my 10 pulls on Genshin. I get all the animes, okay? Good Luck 7 for 2 says, Jackie Singh needs to get off the net and back to her uncle's liquor store. She needs to pay her child support is what she needs to do. Good Luck 7. Red Eyes Black Dragon for 10 says YouTube link. Okay.
In the swamp shower where the trailers stand in line, Frodo's in the mud drinking homemade shine. Bill was on the porch telling tales all day long. Everything was quiet till the ring came along. Candle Frodo up on his mule named Joe, said the ring's trouble, we gotta hit the road. With the swamp behind and the mountains ahead, we're just good old boys doing what Gandalf said. Frodo's carrying the ring and it's dragging slow, but we're marching through the mud with a steady flow.
What's Sauron? The elf is like holding like a winch, like a shotgun. Who's that? Oh, that's the elf lady. Oh, is this the Sauron's Tower? It's like a 5G tower.
Like a backwoods thief with the swamp behind and the mountains ahead. We're just good old boys doing what Gandalf said. We don't bring to town, but he's family, so we keep him around. With the swamp behind and the mountains ahead, we're just good old boys doing what Gandalf said. Frodo's carrying the ring.
Okay, I got it. The AI music is very repetitive, but besides that, it's pretty funny. Thank you. Tetrabax for 20 says, I liked your conversation with DSP. I think you came out the winner without tearing him down like the detractors. You seemed like a normal observer with an opinion instead of an unhinged retributive. A lot of people on the Kino Casino archive were like super, like saying like, oh, I didn't take accountability. Like, I don't know what the fuck they mean, but I was surprised to see any negative feedback. I think I did pretty well. Thank you. Stino for one says, Gin Chat retards got my nigga Jondala's banned from Kick. Total Gin Chat or death. Kino Casino Chat is better. It's true, it is. 40R for 5 says, I'm having trouble adding an icon to a system tray and menu bar for a Qt application on Windows after migrating from QMake to CMake. Is there a way to know if my RC file is compiling properly? Yeah, 1 second. Let me think about it. Let's see. I'm thinking QMake, CMake. Oh, I've been signed out. Okay, fuck it. I can't do my joke where I was just going to read Bing AI because I've been signed out. So you don't get a funny fucking answer. I have no idea what you're talking about. Sorry. Rumburger for 2 says, why join Spotify? Fuck off. Gormless Wonder for 1 says, speaking of Whole Foods, do you have an opinion on the anti-pasta bar? I've never seen the appeal. Cold pasta is not my thing, bro. Especially not a fucking E. coli factory like Whole Foods. Logistical Nightmare for 20 says, can we get a White Girls Fuck Dogs for old time's sakes? The Night Bitch movie sounds horrible. We need to cleanse our metaphorical palates. You missed your chance with that. I mean, I don't know if you did it timely, but I thought about it, but she was the dog is the thing. So it didn't feel appropriate. And the song is White Girls Fuck Dogs, not White Girls Are Dogs. That's the Black songs. Bordier for 2 says, play Duskborn for Gumroad. It will be funnier than Life is Strange. I'll buy it for you if you need. I can't commit to any games right now. Maybe in the future. It's like a 12-hour long game, bro. Sus Productions for 5 says, I'm leaning R coding software for school this semester. Any tips for a first-time coder? No, not really. Code things that you're interested in. I don't know what R even is. I'm going to be real with you. Hamburger for 2 says, we can't keep letting these illegal ants cross our border via mail order cartels and steal our American breads. It's so bad. Fox Found for 1 says, you still have someone in Tennessee willing to do the thing whenever you can get around to it. Send me a follow-up email. I'm getting around to it soonish. Tetrabax for 300 says, have a good pizza day. Thank you. Thank you. Finally, someone who cares and super chats about the right thing, the things that actually matter. Appreciate it. Stevie Weeby for 5 says, shoutouts to the Moon Pie King. Shoutouts to me. I am the Kang. Pancake Luchador for 5 says, most tenure procedures are made with slave labor from Uyghur internment camps. I think you mean Tenmu, but yes. I heard it was Bangladesh, actually. I don't know about Uyghurs. Hyper Ninja for 10 says, whatever happened to Roxanne Wolf or Rabies the Redneck? Enjoy pizza, stalker child. I don't know. I think I need to get back on YouTube so I can broaden my appeal again. I'm concerned that staying on the alt-tech platforms are limiting my engagement. Gormless Wonder for 1 says, large dogs. Pancake Luchador for 1 says, sorry, not Wiggers. Wiggers internment camp is used by them to make Temu products. It is pronounced the same. They're both Wiggers. Drewby82 for 2 says, afternoon, Josh, what are your favorite seasonal vegetables for fall and winter? Rhubarb? I don't know. It's a weird question. Ballistic Characteristic for 50 says, great stream. Thank you. Finally, some recognition. I appreciate it. Fig Soda for 2 says, my parents are German immigrants. When I started school, I refused to stand for the American flag because my family was German. Teacher called my parents. Mom was horrified. I mean, Germans would find it weird if he did like the Deutschland über alles and everyone had to like stand and salute the flag. They would like shit themselves in fear. Anime Extremist for 2 says, got here so late, I'll catch up the replay. I wanted to say that the way you talk about chat reminds me of how one of my favorite DTubers, Fillion, addressed her chat. Much love, Josh. Thank you for that fucking punch in the gut. I appreciate it. Porklag for 1 says, a true Japanese crescent roll would have been laminated 100 times. Well, a German bread roll is resined once, but correctly, Porklag. Bjakni for 5 says, to be honest, I only follow Maddie, not the forum. This only raises further questions about how she found out. She's at least the least online person I know. She's probably on fucking locale farm, not the Kiwi farms, the girl board. Filthy Penguin for 2 says, if not for Temu, where else could you buy this? And then there's a link to Temu. And I click it, and it starts to load, but it's importing bits from China. And it's making me line up a teacup, and I have done so. And it appears to be a hamster traction rope with bat wing harness. It's a harness for a hamster so that you can walk your hamster, and it has little wings. That is pretty... Why does this guy have a squirrel? What the fuck? This is weird. Chinky people, I'm going to be real with you. Asians should not be allowed to have pets, ever. I'm just going to say that, and I'm not going to explain. Brianna Wu, Hyper Bimbo for 2 says, when I done deal with them finish, dem de and go sabi say, Nami be the Lord. Ezekiel 25:17. Now that's what I'm talking about. That's an acceptable super chat. Thank you. Anime Extremist for 2 says, I caught the end of Ghost Politics TCR yesterday. He blamed the Georgia school shooting on anime because the school shooter looked like he watched it. As a spokesman for the anime community, thoughts? I think he's right. It sounds pretty reasonable to me. Gormless Wonder for 1 says, in high school I wrote a C program that continually created empty text files with random names in the folder on the network until there were hundreds of thousands of them. Got detention for that. I got expelled. I got expelled for saying I hate my school. Tis the Happy for 20 says, YouTube link. You only need the first 30 seconds to study. Okay.
Aloha. Time once again for Pigeon Schoolroom. Today's word is hauna. Hauna means bad smell.
Phew, Charlie. Hauna your bread. You know what kind mouthwash? Huh?
Hauna.
It's time for the KG.
Bro, her face.
Huh?
Dude, that is a Honda face if I've ever seen one. Jeez Louise. Sneedo for 1 says, I remember you and Easy Peasy were talking about pissing off teachers on the Hanukkah stream where Easy Peasy's class acted like a bunch of retards and made the teacher very angry and leave the school. Well, he's Jewish, so you can't expel him. I don't get that protection. Red Eyes Black Dragon for 2 says, oh, did you hear that the Necronomicon was found translated? Might be a good read. Also, Anime Extremist, shut the fuck up. Yes, I heard the Necronomicon is Islam. I did hear that, but it's like a fictional story, so it's not that interesting. Bjakni for 1 says, Josh, I went to the Kiwi Farms and noticed the Kiwi Flash version is YYYMD instead of YYMMD. What kind of rinky-dink operation are you running? It's a very minor nitpick, bro. Brianna Wu, Hyperbimbo for 5 says, guess the product, shake well before using, remember to eliminate all escape routes before applying product to a wet coat. Probably a pet shampoo. Lucifer for 210, and this is the last one, says, shooter Colt Gray bullied for being gay. Is he confirmed homosexual? Another win for straights. Colt Gray was bullied by classmates who called him gay, his father told detectives in an interview last year. There we go. He wasn't Colt Gray, he was Colt Gay, and the straights are vindicated. We win, chat. We win. Just remind the homosexuals that they're bloodthirsty murderers. And with that, we're done. Okay, last one, for real. Brianna Will have a remember for 2 says, facts. Thank you very much, I appreciate it. And that's it for real. Okay, I'll see you guys on Tuesday. Gummer content this weekend. Take it easy. Bye-bye. And the outro song is Where the Dogs Don't Bite by Old Salt Union.
It's a cold gray line between a cause and a passerby that takes you way down low where the dogs don't bite no more. It's hard to say if she's lying. She swears that she's a friend of mine. She keeps it way down low where the dogs don't bite no more. If I could find the key, I'd sing you a song. I'd unlock the doors and I'd be gone. See, I don't mind you wasting time. You burn through yours, you wasting mine. There ain't no cause worth fighting for. Ain't no use in trying. You stand behind what you can't define. It takes you way down low where the dogs don't bite no more. Out of mind, out of sight. A memory in a box of pine. Then the birds don't fly and the dogs won't bite no more. If I could find the key, I'd sing you a song. I'd unlock the doors and I'd be gone. See, I don't mind you wasting time. You burn through yours, you wasting mine. There ain't no cause worth fighting for. Take it way down.